Hello everybody and welcome to the Friday practice review for the 2020 Hungarian Grand Prix. A load of action in FP1, a very slow FP2 impacted by rain, but still an important day as Formula 1 finally visits a new circuit for only the first time in 2020. We've left Austria. Let's take a look though at the Drivers' and Constructors Championship. After two back-to-back races at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, it's time for something different. Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix in Budapest at the Hungaroring. It's the final of the first leg of triple headers, and after this we have a week's break before going off for two races at Silverstone, the British Grand Prix and the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, followed by the Spanish Grand Prix on the 14th to the 16th of August. A week's break before the Belgian Grand Prix, the Italian Grand Prix, and then the Tuscany Grand Prix on the 11th to the 13th of September, and then a week's break before the last round currently confirmed, the Russian Grand Prix. In the Drivers' Championship, Valtteri Bottas leads the way, 43 points to his name. Lewis Hamilton is second on 37, Lando Norris, best of the rest, in third place on 26, Charles Leclerc is on 18, Sergio Perez 16, Max Verstappen 15, 13 for Carlos Sainz, 12 for Alexander Albon, Pierre Gasly and Lance Stroll 9th and 10th on 6 points. Esteban Ocon is in 11th on 4, the same as his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Then Antonio Giovinazzi is 13th on 2 points. Tony Kvyat has 1, the same as Sebastian Vettel. No points currently on the board for Nicholas Latifi, Kimi Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, Romain Grosjean or George Russell. In the Constructors Championship, Mercedes lead the way on 80 points. They are 41 clear of McLaren in second. Red Bull are third on 27 points after their first points last time out. Racing Point are fourth on 22, but are currently under investigation for the legality of their car, so have an asterisk next to their name. Ferrari still on 19 points, no points scored though at the Styrian Grand Prix a week ago. 8 points the board for Renault, 7 for AlphaTauri, 2 for Alfa Romeo, and no points on the board for Williams or Haas. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix from Budapest, and this is your Friday practice review. It's a challenging circuit, this one. They call it Monaco without the barriers. Let's take a look at lap attack. Let's take a look at the Hungaroring in Budapest, Hungary. 3 sectors, 2.738 miles, 2 DRS zones, and a total of 306.63 kilometres. First built in 1986. On board with Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault then, and it's good and important to get a good exit out of the last corner as it gives you the power down the start-finish straight. Open up the DRS as well, cross the line, and as you come downhill to the braking zone of turn 1, pull 8th gear, slam hard on the brakes all the way down, 3rd gear, take the apex at 2nd, open up the DRS, rev up 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, turn slightly through turn 2, before the downhill section, hard on the brakes, 3rd gear, let the car drift out, catch the curb at the exit, take a wide line in 5th gear through as you ride up the hill towards turn number 4. This is where Massa had his accident in 2009. 6th gear corner, let the car dart out. Now this line has got 2, either the tight inside line or in the wet right round the outside. 4th gear into the tricky chicane area now. It becomes more like Monaco. 3rd gear bus stop before the left right kinks. 4th gear all the time. Just allow the car to rise up and up and up on the spectrum. Now, hold in 5th gear, 6th gear, flick the car, drop down to 5th, downhill, 2nd DRS detection point now as you brake hard all the way down. 3rd gear into the long apex last 2 corners on the track. Turn 13, hit the concrete inside line, get a good exit uphill. 5th gear, 6th gear, last corner, turn 14, let the car drift out, get the power on mid corner, open up the DRS and complete a lap of Budapest. Let's get on then to the first practice review, and it was an interesting session. A few spots of rain played havoc around halfway through, but drivers came back onto the track to learn as much as they could in mixed conditions, as that is what it looks to be like for the race. Lewis Hamilton topped the time. She's a 1:16.003 for most of the session. Valtteri Bottas was second. The 2 racing points, 3rd and 4th, with Perez of Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo, surprising everyone, putting it into P5. Bottas Bottas early on with the medium tyres. He was second or slower. Hamilton was on the harder compound as well, which surprised everybody that he was able to set the fastest time on the hardest tyres. For Racing Point as well, P3 and P4, Perez used all soft tyres, same as his teammates Joel. 4/10 was the gap between them as well. But it was a good session for Racing Point as they run on down asterisks in the Constructors Championship with their protest, with Renault protesting the team whether or not it can actually be legal, their car, because it's basically a copy of last year's Mercedes. Danny Ricciardo, coincidentally for Renault, topped out the top 5 as well on a 1:17.233. Sebastian Vettel was 6th for Ferrari, his teammate just behind him as well by 0.2 of a second. They look to be improving up the order. Of course, this time they've got those other 2 updates. Let's hope Ferrari have a better weekend than they did last weekend. Max Verstappen as well, P8, and Nicholas Latifi, P9 as well. Very good session for Williams. They've proven that they can hold up their end of the bargain that they showed last weekend in Hungary in mixed conditions. In Styria in mixed conditions here in Hungary. The top 10 rounded out by Lando Norris and Esteban Ocon as well. Rain, as I said, hit before halfway, brought the cars into the pit lane, then it went out again as well. Romain Grosjean, the first to come back on the track. He eventually set the 14th quickest time as well. Hamilton went round on the mediums, just trying to get some temperature in the tyres and see what it was. Couldn't improve on his best time though. The track was too damp for that. Kevin Magnussen was also good as well, up in the order for the other Haas. Carlos Sainz in the McLaren finished just outside the top 10 as well. Alexander Albon struggled, 13th in the first session. Williams as well. They've confirmed Nicholas Latifi and George Russell for 2021. Latifi 15th overall after running 9th, and Russell 18th. Robert Kubica was in for Kimi Raikkonen at the Alfa Romeo. He finished 3.147 off the pace in 17th, and Giovinazzi just behind. 16th was Kvyat, with Pierre Gasly just behind him as well. And FP1 would prove to be the only dry running we got all day. So the teams had to go out, and luckily they did. They've learned enough going forward to qualifying the race. Let's take a look though at the times from FP1. So Lewis Hamilton topped the first practice session at 1:16.003. Valtteri Bottas, his teammate, was second at 1:16.089. Sergio Perez is third at 1:16.530. Lance Stroll fourth at 1:16.967. Danny Ricciardo fifth at 1:17.2. Sebastian Vettel in sixth at 1:17.238. Charles Leclerc is seventh at 1:17.404. That's then followed by Max Verstappen in eighth on a 1:17.435. Lando Norris ninth at 1:17.523. And Esteban Ocon rounds out the top 10 at 1:17.615. Carlos Sainz is 11th at a 1:17.675. That's followed by Kevin Magnussen in 12th at 1:17.713. Alexander Albon 13th on a 1:17.727. Romain Grosjean 14th at 1:17.890. Nicholas Latifi 15th on a 1:17.969. Danny Kvyat 16th on a 1:18.292. Then we get Antonio Giovinazzi in 17th on a 1:18.425. George Russell 18th on a 1:18.574, and Robert Kubica 19th at 1:19.150. Pierre Gasly not setting any time in that session, and therefore is 20th. Free practice 2 was an absolute washout. I was falling asleep in the commentary box. No driver went out for about 40 minutes, and even then only 13 of them set official lap times, but they were way off the pace. Vettel was top at 1:40.464 from Bottas, Sainz, Stroll and Perez rounding out the top 5. Perez had an off-track excursion at one point as well, but the session was absolutely useless. Way too wet for any running, and unfortunately with the tyres not being able to be used so much because it's predicted a wet qualifying and a wet race, they couldn't go out and check. They had to save their compounds. It was very, very annoying. They should give the teams more wets and intermediates so we get this running as well. An interesting point being mentioned as well was that maybe they should have daily sets, so a number of each tyre on for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, not all in one, so that we get more running. I like that. Give us that. Give us a daily tyre allowance so that we can get some running. It would be brilliant. So, nothing much happened in the second session. Changeable weather forecast going into FP3. Let's take a look at what they were for the times for free practice 2. Sebastian Vettel tops the second practice session at 1:40.464. We then get Valtteri Bottas in second at 1:47.36. Carlos Sainz is third at 141.784. Lance Stroll in fourth at 142.380. Sergio Perez fifth at 142.470. Then we get Pierre Gasly sixth on a 142.588. Max Verstappen 7th at 142.820. Romain Grosjean 8th at 143.335. Kimi Raikkonen 9th at 143.471. Charles Leclerc runs on the top 10 on a 143.725. Then we get Antonio Giovinazzi 11th at 144.411. Lando Norris is 12th at 146 dead. And then we get Danny Kvyat 13th on a 147.422. No times on the board, but then it's Esteban Ocon, Danny Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Nicholas Latifi, George Russell, Alexander Albon and Kevin Magnussen. All based on the sector times. So we're back tomorrow for the Saturday practice review at about 1:30 in the afternoon. Qualifying is at 2 o'clock UK time on Sky Sports F1, 6:45 on Channel 4 as well for highlights, and then we're back on Sunday for the race as well. The Sunday race preview in the morning, a couple of hours after the race, the Sunday race review, and the Grand Review podcast in a few days' time. Hamilton sets the benchmark from Bottas here on Friday. Let's see what Saturday brings. Bye for now.